take number 2. I thought I was recording, I was not. So over here, this area should have had some Dutch irises popping up. Don't really see any of that yet, but I am seeing some. Next square, we'll call it over. We've got a bunch of Dutch irises. Like I said, this mulch really wasn't doing anything in terms of preventing weeds. And if you're saying, well, why didn't you put down a fabric first? Why didn't you put down a plastic layer? That whole red area has plastic, 1. And weeds are still coming up, 2. Maybe that layer is more heavily mulched. Okay. Like I said, primarily this is for delineation of the planting bed, so I know where not to be walking. And then also the idea is once the Dutch irises pop up in their full leafy glory, hopefully theoretically, they should, block the sun for some of these weeds. Also, what I'm going to do is what I did over there is I'm going to get a bunch of annuals and plant also along the border of the bed. And then again, once everything is a bit more established and I have a clear idea of where the gaps are, I'll be filling that in with perennials and annuals, blah, blah, blah. We go to this little bed. The top of the blooming portions of the poppy have essentially died back. Fine. The hyacinths, their flowers are dead. I don't think there's much for me to cut back. So I'm just going to, maybe I'll cut back the ugly portions and just have the green leafy putness to be nice. And, this is this is south facing. There's not a lot of shade immediately around the house because there's not a lot of trees, obviously. So this is going to have to establish, it's going to, I guess, have to get used to those little yellow tips. I probably at some point will come in. Actually, I don't know, maybe with a loose fertilizer. I don't know. I'm not sure about that. That would need it. But we do have some Dutch iris. They're throughout. And also, again, in terms of that, maybe I put... Oh, are those geese? Okay. In terms of that area, maybe I put on the mulch a bit heavy and maybe some of the bulbs have had their nascent leaves burnt out. But, presumably they can send up some new ones or something if they really wanted to. It's only been a couple days. Things are all growing all throughout. I just took out one of the marigolds. Seems like it's done and dead with. I took off the top of the leaves of the sunpatient. Maybe there's roots in there that are alive somehow. I don't think so, though. I did put this up. This seems to be... well, maybe not. If it comes back, it comes back. Who knows? We've got a lot of the Dutch irises coming up. So right now, my primary hope is that the Dutch irises start putting on thickness in leaves and height in leaves and crowd out other things. And like I said, I'm going to essentially mimic what I did here, which is get more annuals, probably a bunch of mounding annuals, and definitely plant along the border for now, maybe on both sides of it even, but plant along the border. And then once again the Dutch irises have popped up, probably put more perennials, more bulbs, more annuals, fill in things. So this might look a mess right now, but the vision is there and the plan is there. Okay, you gotta trust and believe. Why did I gasp? You recall I did just pot up these dahlias, and look at them. Oh my gosh, you guys. I'm gonna have dahlia-ness. Okay, I'm excited for that. These roses are not doing the best here. I'll be the first to say it. But they're not gonna come out. They're not, they just need a quick prune. They need a quick prune because I didn't give them sufficient time to adjust, let's say, right? This should be the clematis, and it looks like, I don't know if you can see right here, it looks faintly green to me. So excited for that. Got the cottage garden over here. Okay, it looks like some of the pink, and the purple flowers have died back. Not sure why. Something to look out for. Miss Hookera is living her best life, is doing the most. Look at you, girl. Go off. I think also what I'll do additionally, since this is not necessarily going to be this is nowhere near the septic leach field, so I shouldn't have to worry about leaving enough space for evaporation, blah, blah, blah. I think what I'll do here is I will probably get some cardboard things and put along this area to smother this out, because I kind of want this area to be like the pretty garden flower area. So maybe even like a sitting area, because we're on the eastern side and we're shaded in the, like from early afternoon onward. Like I said, I'm going to have to prune a lot of these back. Or I just have to give them time to adjust, because it was a shock. They were putting on early winter growth, and then they got transplanted. They got chopped up and transplanted. So I'm understanding in that way. So note to self: need a bug zapper for this spot. That hookera, that hooker of a hookera. Mm-mm-mm. Yes, ma'am. So that's the plan: is lots of annuals, for the short term, so I can have this bread looking prettier, because I know the work that's in it, and I know what results I can expect from the work that's been put into it. But I want more immediate papa. So we're going to need more of those, more annuals, more mounting annuals, maybe even some ground creeping type ones, right? I think they have like a mounting phlox. And then also on the way here, I've seen a lot of people in the neighborhood underplanting evergreens, I believe, with azaleas. I know I'm in the process of figuring out what a lot of these bare trees are. I do have a book from the library. It's a Native Plants of the Southeast. Is that by Larry Mellenchamp? But I'm in the process of figuring out what a lot of these trees are, what this area is. If that's what used to be a marsh. There's not necessarily a lot of evergreens here. There's pretty much evergreens and pines throughout the rest of the property, but this area has stayed bare for the most part. I think actually there might be some. No, there's some growth coming in. Okay, so something to do with trees over there. There's the lilac. There's the Apuntia. I'm gonna let it do its thing, one way or the other. And then the big surprise: a lot of the grass is coming in tall. So I'm gonna get one of those rolling mowers, hand mowers things. What animal was that I just saw over there? That's a bunny! Is it a squirrel? I think it's a bunny. Let's see. It's a bunny! It's a bunny! It's a bunny! I'm gonna plan for you, Mr. Bunny. I'm gonna feed you. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Okay. And so anyway, that's the update for today. The 29th, I think it is. Yeah, annuals. I saw that someone said that Lowe's Spring Fest is starting soon. So already now I have, not that I needed, but I already have now with the idea to outline the bed. Oh my gosh, why is my face so dry? Okay, I already have a reason with which to abuse the clearance rack. Theoretically, maybe Springfest means that there's will be a general markdown on plants. That'd be nice. We'd all appreciate that, right? So, anyway, thanks for watching. Bye. Okay, and then actually, PS finally type thing. Everything's looking really well sold in right now. I guess it rained recently. So, we have the fourth pansy that opened up. The violas really said, whoop. They really said, whoop, right? And then the pansies, I just need them to fall over here this way. I wish I had a way to promote their growth over, and maybe if I mound up some more soil over the, I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to, actually, they look like they're falling over. Yeah, they're really leaning. Okay, so maybe I don't have to do anything. Maybe I will just mound up some soil to encourage them to grow this way. So it'll be like a little wave over here. The petunias can do whatever. Did I say pansy? The petunias can do whatever, and the violas can just be, if they're seen, because maybe even the pansies already are crying them out. But wow, how pretty. Okay, so it is Thursday today. And like I said yesterday, I wanted to get annuals to line the bed. I thought I was going to end up going to Walmart to get the annuals. But I think I found what I needed at Lowe's clearance. Let me show you. So Lowe's clearance, we have, that's a mounting dianthus. It's white and purple variation. I thought I was going to get different types of dianthus at the Walmart, but I'm cheap. And we can always get other pops here and there with other things, right? So I got actually, oh, I thought there were four. They're 8 packs. Great. I got, I guess, 16 plugs is the idea because it's 2 8 packs. Each 8 pack was on clearance, half off. Each 8 pack was originally $4, so each for two. So essentially, I got 16 plugs for $4. Great. And I got this petunia. And I'm like, I don't know if I want to plant petunias, but it's such a lovely purple. And this container is so thick. So this I think was originally like 12 something. There we go. It was $12.98. So I got this half off. So great for that. Then there's a stump over there in the middle of the road. The idea is to take out the stump. The idea has been to take out the stump. I tried the other day to take out the stump when it was raining. It wasn't moving. So I'm like, okay, never mind. It's not going to budge. I'm just going to plant over it. So initially I got plants to plant over. I did get another sunpatien because the idea is I want something that to plant over it that you can see easily. So something that's taller and that it's not a color that's going to get lost in the green of the trees, because probably these trees are going to soon enough leaf out. And also it had to be something that can handle part shade. So the sunpatiens, although I'm like, oh, I think they're just sun plants, and it does say full sun there, but under the sunpatien thing it says sun or shade. So the idea was it was going to go over there, but apparently my mother just got another shovel to try and take it out regardless. So where that's going to go, I don't know. But I also initially got this coleus, which I don't think I would have liked had it not been for the super lime green of it. This is the Flamethrower Salsa Verde coleus. I'm not the biggest fan of this foliage, but if it ends up not, well, either way, my idea was going to be to plant them together. So I'm not sure about that now, though. Anyway, these are both part shade shade plants. I really do need to prune these back. So I'm going to do that now. I might not be able to show because we do have people coming to inspect the house for some contract work. So yeah. So I've taken off the hanging portion. I'm just clearing it out. And you can see I feel like it's at least 12 plugs in here. I mean, that'd be great. But what I want to do is just go from the L portion, so I have color immediately popping out, because these Dutch irises are apparently summer blooming, so I'm not going to see them for a while, but I want color, obviously, so that's where annuals come in. And actually we did find more puntia. There's some right here. There's, I think, some maybe under this rake, I think is why she put it over. Yeah, there's some under this rake as well. So those are going to get dug up and potted up with the other one. Yeah. It's very weird here because I guess we're probably in the 60s, high 60s, maybe touching the 70s. I don't even think we're supposed to touch 70s today. But probably because immediately around the house is a open field in all four directions. But it's I'm very hot. And it's not that hot today, is what I'm getting at. I even changed my pants to short pants because I'm not going to do work in the sweatpants I was wearing, so. Oh, yeah. Last summer, I got really tan because I was going out a lot. I think it's already starting, not even summer yet, and that's great, and that's fine. My mom keeps insisting that I get a hat. I'm going to have to go down to the local Dick's, get me a wide brim hat. Not brim, well, yes, wide brim, but then also a large hat. I have a large hat. I have to get a large hat. And I don't know if my face is still dry. If it is, oh well. So, got the hanging planter petunias, and I divided that up. I think I got like 6 or 7. And then I had, like I said, the 16 plugs of the dianthus. So let me show you what this is looking like right now. So here's where the bed ends. And I was a bit confused as to why I wasn't seeing anything back there until I saw that initially the string I put starts over here. So I think initially in terms of planting, it's actually from over here over. So I think that back area is therefore rife for planting with whatever. But I want to wait and see that, make sure that absolutely nothing is there. Anyway, look at the bed. So for the most part, I didn't have enough of the purple petunias. But since this is going to be in plan abutting the future porch, I wasn't super wild or mad one way or the other about the pattern here. Here's dianthus. They're all in the ground and water, the petunia and the dianthus. So petunia, 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 dianthus. I think that I expect the dianthus, I expect the petunias to spread out a bit wider, but we'll see what the reality is. Dianthus, dianthus, petunia, dianthus. So my mother was helping me dig the holes, and she actually dug up the poppy, and essentially like there was no roots on the bottom. So I just cleaned it up. Where is it? It's over here. I cleaned up all the dead wood, or most of it, and I pushed it down. I planted it a bit deeper, some more soil. I had an extra dianthus, so there's a dianthus. And there should be a. Oh, is this? I think this is another. Yes. See. This is why you don't give up on pansies. It's still here. So we've got 1, 2. We got that third one. I'm not sure where the fourth one is. I'm not sure if it's still alive or not. But we've got the 3 pansies, those yellow pansies. Dianthus, petunia. Dianthus, petunia. I believe this is it. The dianthus. And then there's another dianthus here. I think there should have been something here, but I'm okay. I'll probably get some more to fill in the gaps as I go along. Here's another dianthus. We skip over dianthus, and I can probably plant something around the ridge of this. Also, maybe this will end up being moved back there regardless. Who knows? Maybe I don't want to plant a tree here. Maybe a nice flower though, like I'm not sure. So again, dianthus, petunia. Excuse me. Dianthus, petunia, the dianthus that was planted last week. Dianthus, petunia on the corner. I want this to spill over, right? And then dianthus and dianthus. And again, the dahlias are really growing. We see some down here at the base as well. Here's this one over here. And then I also got, like I said, the sunpatient and the coleus. And initially I was going to plant them together. I was going to do it over the stump, but there's just a bucket over the stump for now because my mother also tried with her new shovel. It didn't work. So initially I was going to put them together, the green and the white. Okay, they work somewhat together in the same pot. But also I'm like, actually, these specimens, if you will, are so lovely by their own right. That's the thing too. I'm not fully in the deep end with the heavily mixed planters. I'm might put 3 at most, but I tend to go just 2. Like the cottage is just a bunch of petunias and 1 dianthus. And I didn't realize I was such a dianthus girl because that's the only perennial dianthus I have here. I do have another one at the apartment. But here's my sunpatient. I think it's going to bulk out, and this time I won't lose it in the tire. It'll be white as well. And that will, it was already had a lot of rootage. So I think once it settles, it's going to have a lot more roots. That I might plant it up with some spillers. I don't know yet. I might just get more of that same. We'll see. It might, actually, coleus can grow pretty large too. So, we'll see. That's going to be that. I watered the, I'm not sure, I forget what this is from. This might be from the sunpatient. I don't recall. Anyway, I watered the clematis, and if you see, there is some green at the tips. I'm going to ignore showing the failing roses because I really do have to get some shears and put it back. But cottage garden and heuchera. Very excited, very excited. And then I wanted to show this again. So initially it was just this pot with the prickly pear, the puntia, but then we found a lot more today. So the one in the back that I was like, I don't know if it's going to grow, I just moved it over here. And we've got, these are pretty well established, so I'm just expecting them to take off once they sell in this new pot. And we've got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 new ones in addition to the 6th one. But the 5 new ones are pretty small, so this should go and do really well. I think these are sun plants, so I don't think they should suffer if I put them in the... I'm going to put the one back where it was anyway, and then they were all in the front up here, so they should do fine in this pot. Yeah. And then some final lookage. And you can even kind of see, you know, my mom went making the line, so it kind of curves out a bit now. It's not a straight line, which is more organic, right? And that's okay because I'll probably be organically either extending the bed with soil and whatnot and plants or whatever. So, yeah, very excited. I don't think it was visible the last video, but this is type of the caterpillar that was walking across the ground. There's so many butterflies around here. Yeah.